Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth.
I love Mayweather. I think Manny Pacquiao won Mayweather today. Manny Pacquiao in his prime was throwing damn near 100 punches per round. No other fighter could do that, and he wasn't on steroids. Manny Pacquiao all day.
I might not be as fast as I was when I was 30, but I'm still fast enough to break your nose or do some damage to you.
Yeah, and for Manny, it wasn't so much the power, it was the speed and the accuracy and the 2 or 3 punches in a row that just...
The reason why Pacquiao would thrash Mayweather in a rematch is explained by Stephen A. Smith. He refers to Manny Pacquiao as the greatest boxing champion and a legend who has gained respect since the start of his career. Smith expressed his admiration for Pacquiao's technique, quickness, and power, stating that even at 46, these attributes are still evident. He thinks that Pacquiao is more formidable now than ever and would defeat Mayweather in a rematch.
Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Marcus.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm going to miss him.
Charleston White didn't mince words while talking about the ongoing conflict between Floyd and Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. He maintained that Floyd shunned Pacquiao in his prime because of fear rather than strategy. White highlighted Pacquiao's destructiveness during his prime. He was a nightmare opponent because of his quick combos, in-and-out agility, and unadulterated determination. Many people believed that Floyd's accusations, which included claims of steroid use, were a means of postponing the eventual conflict. Mayweather chose to wait rather than enter the ring when both fighters were at their peak. White's remarks reinforced the idea that Floyd was afraid to jeopardize his perfect record against a Pacquiao in full force.
An honorable man, right?
Yeah.
Going to the grave.
A story of redemption.
Absolutely. Somebody we remember forever. No doubt, man. With Charleston, we'll let you get back to your business.
Can't forget about the George Foreman grill. Yeah, can't forget about that grill, the George Foreman grill.
It taught many people
taught them how to make burgers without being messy.
Definitely an important thing, that George Foreman grill, bro. Without question, man. What's your best memory of Manny Pacquiao? Watching Manny fight over the years, what was your best memory of him?
I love Mayweather. But Mayweather avoided him for all those years, accusing him of being on steroids, and he never tested positive for steroids. He was like a machine. Yeah, homie, so if I'm not mistaken, he was one of the only fighters, homie, that threw over 100-something plus rounds, punches per round. So he was like a machine, homie, hard to beat.
In boxing, age has always been a contentious issue. Additionally, it's particularly pertinent in the Pacquiao and Mayweather case. Many people brushed off any discussion of a rematch because they thought both boxers had outlived their usefulness. However, Pacquiao's most recent bout with Mario Barrios altered that. Critics were astounded by his conditioning, mobility, and reaction speed. All of a sudden, it didn't seem so crazy for Floyd to return to the ring and face this new Manny. Fans are now interested in whether Mayweather would take the chance of fighting an older, but still formidable Pacquiao rather than two fading champions. The pressure is gradually increasing once more.
So now the question hanging in the air like a jab, what's next for the Pac-Man? There's a growing chant for a Floyd rematch. And you know what? I wouldn't hate it. Two legends, both past their peak, but still dangerous, still proud, still built for the lights. Only thing is, after what Manny just showed, Not sure Floyd wants that smoke.
Pacquiao hasn't held back in demanding another bout with Mayweather since he made his comeback to the sport. He has made it clear that he is prepared in each interview and public appearance. There's only a straightforward challenge, no delays or negotiating games. He has stated unequivocally that Floyd alone has the final say. This candor demonstrates Manny's spirit of competition. His activities support his belief that he still possesses the skills necessary to compete at the greatest level. A long-distant fantasy is suddenly a reality, and Pacquiao is waiting with his gloves on.
The boxing world is buzzing with excitement as Manny Pacquiao gears up for his showdown with WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios. But that's not all. There's talk of a potential rematch with Floyd Mayweather. Pacquiao's not holding back, saying Mayweather's been ducking him. He wants a real fight, not just an exhibition. Can you imagine the hype if this happens? It could be worth billions. But first, Pac-Man's got to handle business this Saturday. If he wins, will it force Mayweather to step up, or will Barrios spoil the party? One thing's for sure, the line of fighters wanting a piece of Pacquiao will be long if he comes out on top. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.
Abel Sanchez, a boxing trainer, provided a technical explanation for Pacquiao's continued success. He clarified that Manny's supremacy stems from his remarkable quickness and ability to land clean, accurate shots rather than from raw force. Even seasoned instructors were pleased by Pacquiao's timing and rhythm when he returned from a 4-year hiatus. Sanchez saw that Manny's hand-eye coordination and level of fitness had not decreased with age. He is able to contend with younger opponents because of these keen basics. Most boxers lose their edge, but Pacquiao's style endures. Furthermore, Sanchez's analysis just serves to support the notion that he remains a top player.
It didn't seem like Barrios wanted to hurt Manny, and maybe it's the respect. Maybe the greatness was, he was in the ring with greatness and didn't want to do anything dumb.
Yeah, like I spoke to Bob after the fight, who's the trainer of Barrios, and he was telling me he was getting on Mario's ass about that. Like he felt like he was being too nice, and he told him that you got to take it to him, man. Like leave all that crap outside. Like you be mean, you got to take it to him.
Yeah, but you know what? We are on the outside. We're not taking near a lick as a coach.
Yeah.
He's in there with a great legend, and he's in there with somebody that can punch and somebody that can fight. So his mentality and his sentiment and what he sees there is a hell of a lot different than what we see on the outside. All we can do is try to encourage our guys, but we're not taking any punches.
Yeah, and there was flashes of the old Pacquiao there, though.
At times.
Yeah, at times.
Yeah.
Obviously not like before, but, his patented jab straight and then come up top was there. It landed a few times in the first round. He landed a straight like almost right away, I felt, to kind of show Mario like, hey, I might not be as fast as I was when I was 30, but I'm still fast enough to break your nose or do some damage to you.
Yeah, and for Manny, it wasn't so much the power; it was the speed and the accuracy and the 2 or 3 punches in a row that put you in trouble. So maybe Barrios was not going to have any of that. Who knows? But again, it didn't look like the kind of fight that puts people on the edge of the seats.
Just covering Pacquiao's career for as long as I have, there was a few things that I noticed. Like I felt like at times. And maybe this will get better now that he's, doing he said that he's going to come back, that he's eyeing maybe October, November this year to come back again in another fight. He's more consistent. I know when you're older, it's like the old saying, like, you got to use it so you don't lose it,
Right.